NGSA results released today. Outcome far exceeds Minister of Education's expectations. Dreams realized for 1,000 persons in Region 4. Drug bust in LETHEM. Suspect plead with officers to work something out. In the region, 4 Caribbean countries yet to vaccinate 20% of their population. And internationally, apartment fire kills 46 in Taiwan's KAOHSIUNG. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Today, the results for the National Grade 6 Assessment were released. The top students for this year's NGSA exam is Nirvana Wimal from Success Elementary School with 425 marks. Minister of Education Prem Manikchan, who announced the top 10 students for the 11 regions, said this was a very difficult academic year.
This has been a hard year for education all over the world. It has been a hard year for parents. It has been a worrying year for teachers. It has been an anxiety-inducing year for children. We did not know, first of all, what a pandemic was when this one hit. We didn't realize it would last this long. We didn't know we would lose family members. We didn't know we'd be in grief. We didn't know that the basic things that we're accustomed to in this warm, sunny, tropical Guyana, going outside, playing with friends, having birthday parties, coming over, we didn't realize that all of that would be so severely interrupted. And that has had an impact. It has had an impact on everybody. We know that schools were closed since March 2020. And these children who wrote this exam the last time they were in face-to-face contact with a teacher was in grade 5. They never saw a teacher for grade 6.
Minister Manikchan said despite the many challenges faced due to the coronavirus pandemic, the results this year was beyond expectations.
This is the year we had to innovate in education. This is the year, the worst year possible in a long time, is the year we produce the most. Every single child, if you're in the public school, you'll know what I'm talking about, from Crowdar in Region 9 to Hosororo in Region 1. If you were in grade 6, you got every single textbook you needed. Every single textbook you needed, past papers and worksheets. This is the year we created a television program for every single topic that is likely to be tested and had a teacher teaching online. And we put that on TV and we put that online. This is the year we put together questions and posted them online so that students could answer them and get the results immediately, so that they could see where they're going wrong. This is the year we consolidated the curriculum, so that instead of 40 weeks, we consolidated a 40-week curriculum into 20 weeks and said, this is what we're going to be testing you on. This is the year we innovated, and so human beings are resilient. COVID will never win, and things like COVID will never win, and that is because we will always stand up. Face down challenges we have. There is nothing like can't, and we will rise up from this.
This year, the ministry announced that they created additional spaces at the national and List A secondary schools in Guyana to accommodate more children.
Where originally the ministry would award 120 seats to the coveted Queen's College, this year 167 children will go into Queen's College. Where before 100 children would go to Bishops, this year 145 children will go to Bishops. Where before 100 children would go to St. Stanislaus, this year 120 children will go to St. Stanislaus. Because St. Rose's is under construction, we can't put any more children there right now. Where before 100 children would go to St. Joseph's, this year 150 children would go to St. Joseph's.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education, the Minister congratulated all the students who took the NGSA, adding that this is the start of a new chapter for them.
We at the Ministry of Education offer you the warmest congratulations to all of the children who are going to log in later in the day to get your results. I believe you can log in at 1 o'clock, from 1 o'clock to get your results online. We offer you the warmest congratulations. This is the beginning of a new chapter. Wipe the slate clean. If you're not happy with how you performed, here is your chance to do all you want to do in high school. And I ask you for it not to be just an academic experience. Enjoy the journey, learn your friends, learn new things. Happy high school life, and may the good Lord bless you all.
Approximately 1,000 Guyanese today received their lands as the Ministry of Housing and Water hosted its 6th housing drive titled Dreams Realized at the National Stadium, Providence. Allottees will receive moderate and middle-income house lots at Grove, Great Diamond, and Little Diamond and the East Bank of the Demerara. Persons receiving house lots today have applied before 2015. Minister Colin Crowell and Susan Rodriguez both reiterated that government is well on track to deliver 50,000 house lots as promised. Also at the event was the Chief Executive Officer of the Housing and Planning Authority, Selwyn Greaves, and Chairperson of the Grove Diamond Neighborhood Democratic Council, Indrani Ramnarine. Allottees will also have access to several commercial banks and insurance companies to help kickstart home construction. A 56-year-old businesswoman is still in shock after she was beaten and robbed at Lagrange on the East Bank of the Demerara on Thursday by 2 males armed with a handgun and a knife. Inquiries disclosed that around 8:30 p.m., the victim was about to close her shop. She sent her nephew to lock the gate. While she was closing up, she saw an identifiable male hold on to her nephew and drag him into the shop, while another male rushed to her and demanded cash and jewelry. The victim said she became fearful and started to plead with the men, asking them for mercy. One of the bandits took out what appeared to be a gun and put it to the victim's head and started to cuff and kick her, while the other suspect took out a knife and dealt her 2 cuts on both her thighs. The suspects then took $120,000 cash from a box in the shop and relieved the victim of other items valuing over $160,000. They also tied up the woman's 47-year-old sister and her nephew. Then they made good their escape in an unknown direction. The matter was reported to the Lagrange police station, and the victim was escorted by a relative to the Demerara Regional Hospital for medical attention. Don't go away after the break. Multiple cars smash up on the Fowler's Public Road, and police drug bust in LETHEM. Suspects pleaded with officers to work something out.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to KAOHSIUNG's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. KAOHSIUNG's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day.
The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Traded. Better products, better prices.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Grove Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day is every Wednesday, and you can get 7% off everything on sale except alcoholic drinks. And to make more of our customers eligible, we have dropped the age requirement from 60 to 55, so you can benefit from the big discounts on everything in your trolley. Yes, Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day gives you 7% off every Wednesday, if you're 55 and older, of course. Just walk with your ID card as proof of your age, and then shop, shop, shop at Survival Supermarket.
Welcome back. Denise Rera, the 47-year-old businesswoman whose lifeless body was discovered on Wednesday in her home in Pepper Hill, Madhya, Pataru, Siparuni, died of choking and multiple injuries to her head. Dr. Nihal Singh conducted the post-mortem examination on Thursday and determined that the cause of death was asphyxiation caused by compression injuries to the neck compounded by multiple blunt trauma to the head and face consistent with choking. The body has since been handed over to the relatives for funeral arrangements. On Wednesday, October 13th, a customer went into Vera's shop to purchase some items, but the woman was nowhere to be seen and did not respond to calls. The suspect, who is the woman's reputed husband, was notified. He discovered the deceased on the kitchen floor motionless and appeared to be dead. He attempted to revive her by shaking her, but she was unresponsive. A report was made to the police by neighbors, and the suspect has since been arrested. Fowler's Public Road in Berbice, West Coast became a junkyard yesterday as one car collided with another, causing a chain reaction of crashes, which was caused by hazardous driving conditions due to thick smoke from a neighboring field that was lit on fire, a routine land clearing practice. According to reports, around 11 a.m., a 23-year-old driver, Akim Daniels, of number 28 Village, West Coast, Berbice, accompanied by two other passengers, were traveling east behind two cars when Daniels allegedly lost control of his vehicle due to smoke clouding his vision. He subsequently collided with the right side of a car driven by 43-year-old Raul Bacchus of Katrina Maiconi. Bacchus's motor car propelled into another vehicle driven by 36-year-old Lynch of Bel Air, West Coast, Berbice, before coming to a halt in a nearby trench. The third car then collided with a truck. Bacchus was seriously injured and taken to the Maiconi Public Hospital. He was treated and subsequently transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. All of the drivers were given breathalyzer tests. There were no evidence of alcohol in any of them. Several others involved in the accident received minor injuries. Police investigations continues. On Thursday, police in LETHEM raided a property at Tabingo Village, LETHEM Rupununi, and detained an occupant after he was found in possession of cannabis sativa and cocaine. Reports say that a group of police officers went to the residence of a 26-year-old man at 3 a.m. and conducted a search in his presence. In the kitchen area, a black bulky plastic bag was observed inside a rubbish container. 18 small transparent Ziploc plastic bags containing suspected cannabis leaves, seeds and stems were inside the bag. The suspect was told of the offense and cautioned. The man said, "Boss, let me work something out." After a search was conducted in his presence and a transparent Ziploc bag containing 18 small black parcels of rock-like substance suspected to be cocaine was found next to his building, he was again told of the police's suspicion and caution, to which he replied, "When I hear the police, I throw it through my window." The man was arrested and taken to the LETHEM police station along with the suspected narcotics. The cannabis was weighed in his presence and amounted to 20 grams, while the cocaine amounted to 2 grams. He is presently in custody, pending charges. Don't go away after the break. 4 Caribbean countries have yet to vaccinate 20% of their population, and at least 6 killed, dozens wounded in gunfire near Beirut protests. But before that, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day is every Wednesday, and you can get 7% off everything on sale except alcoholic drinks. And to make more of our customers eligible, we have dropped the age requirement from 60 to 55, so you can benefit from the big discounts on everything in your trolley. Yes, Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day gives you 7% off every Wednesday, if you're 55 and older, of course. Just walk with your ID card as proof of your age, and then shop, shop, shop at Survival Supermarket. When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to KAOHSIUNG's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. KAOHSIUNG's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Dr. Carissa Etienne, Director of Pan American Health Organization, stated on Wednesday that St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Jamaica, and Haiti were among 6 nations yet to vaccinate 20% of their populations. Etienne said, though the 6 countries lagged the rest of the area, Latin America and the Caribbean was on track to reach the World Health Organization's COVID-19 vaccination target of 40% before the end of the year. PAHO has been working hard in recent days to expedite the delivery of 1.3 million vaccine doses provided by Spain, Germany, Canada, and the United States, which will be used to increase coverage in Honduras, Guyana, Argentina, and Jamaica. Etienne advised governments to hire and train health workers to ensure vaccines are delivered as soon as possible, as well as to combat hesitation by equipping health workers with all levels to answer patient queries and to help them apprehend the benefits of vaccines. Internationally, at least 6 people have been killed and dozens of others wounded when gunfire erupted as Hezbollah supporters gathered to protest against the judge investigating the Beirut port explosion. Al Jazeera has more.
Sniper fire, gunfights, rockets fired in the city. A battle across a dividing line that dates back to the civil war that ended in 1990. 2 longtime enemies turned part of Beirut into a battleground. Bullets bounced from buildings as people ran for cover, and children evacuated from school.
We moved the children to lower levels and then we waited until the parents came to take their children. The children were going through panic and fear. They cried and screamed.
A large army deployment failed to control the situation. Supporters of Muslim Shia political groups Amal and Hezbollah were hunkered down in Shia neighborhood. On the other side of the street were the supporters of the Christian Lebanese Forces Party. There were casualties, many of them civilians, hit by stray bullets, some while hiding in their homes. The clashes are now in their 3rd hour. It is one of the most serious bouts of violence in recent years. The tensions were over a judge leading an investigation into last year's explosion at Beirut port. Hezbollah and Amal say the confrontations began when a Lebanese sniper ambushed protesters making their way to the Justice Palace, where they demanded the removal of Judge Tarek Bitar. They blamed the Lebanese forces for the attack, a charge the group denied.
The real threat lies in the use of weapons and in those who have targeted peaceful demonstrators. There were peaceful demonstrations everywhere during the past 2 years, but we have not seen such an attack against them.
The dangerous escalation followed political tensions over the investigation, which has already paralyzed the government. Hezbollah and Amal are threatening to pull their ministers, which means an entire sect would be absent, in violation of the country's sectarian power-sharing agreement. The opposition is accusing Hezbollah and Amal of staging a coup and using arms to impose their will.
Ever since Hezbollah's arms no longer had any function except fighting wars in Syria or assuming Iran's agenda and now imposing on the Lebanese state what the justice is allowed to do and not to do, what a judge can decide or can't decide. And they're drawing red lines around ministers who are corrupt and accused, and they're saying they are above the law.
The guns eventually fell silent, but it further divided an already polarized society. There appears to be an undeclared truce, but the crisis is not over. Demands for the judge's dismissal have not gone away. Those against him say he is politicized. Those who support him, and that includes the families of victims, say he is among the rare judges who aren't politically affiliated in a country where there is a culture of impunity and those in power act above the law. More than 200 people were killed in that blast that destroyed neighborhoods.
What happened today was a show of force by Hezbollah and its allies, essentially giving the Lebanese public a false choice, either stability without justice or justice but no stability. This is just the latest in a series of attempts by Hezbollah and the ruling elite to undermine, obstruct, and block the domestic investigation into the Beirut lab.
The balance of power is not in Judge Bitar's favor, but he did try to take on the powerful, which is almost unheard of in Lebanon's history. It pushed the country to the brink and brought back scenes from a turbulent past that may have been a warning of what might come. Zana Khudr, Al Jazeera, Beirut.
And finally, Taiwanese authorities are investigating whether a fire that killed at least 46 people was started deliberately. Dozens of others were injured in the incident on Thursday, Al Jazeera's Laura Borden-Manley reports.
It was a rundown building in a working-class neighborhood. Now it's a burnt-out shell. The cleanup continued throughout the night after this block in Taiwan's port city of KAOHSIUNG was engulfed by a huge fire. Residents say it was home to poor, elderly and disabled people. Many who survived are now left homeless. Tsai Su-chin had managed to escape the flames.
I have never seen a fire. I pressed on the elevator button. When I got downstairs, I saw the building burning. The fire was very big. There was no power.
It was a scene of chaos. Locals say they heard an explosion at 3 a.m, followed by a fire that raged out of control. Daybreak, people were still being pulled from the building. It had taken hundreds of fire crew and rescue workers more than 4 hours to dampen the flames, and most of the day to confirm no more people were trapped inside.
Regarding the serious human losses caused by the fire at the building in Yangchang district, I feel incomparable pain, and I deeply blame myself. To all the wounded people, the dead and their families, as well as the citizens of KAOHSIUNG, I want to express my deepest sorrows.
Now quiet, so many are grieving the loss of life and a building that was standing tall for decades. Residents say it was once thriving, hosting restaurants, shops and a cinema. But over years, it became partly abandoned. While businesses moved out, many homeless moved in.
I feel quite sad. It used to be very affluent here, and then it somehow just turned into this. My family used to live here. Downstairs used to be quite fancy. There was an ice rink, even karaoke. Really nice. Now it's all gone.
Those living in this building were mostly homeless people of KAOHSIUNG, poor people, elderly people, and some disabled people. Normally, you don't see people in or out. There will be 5 or 6 drinking there, then arguing.
As authorities clear the glass from the streets, police are now investigating whether it was arson that had started this fire. Many look on, a tragedy that has left this port city grappling with the immense loss of life. Laura Borden-Manley, Al Jazeera.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. All for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.